What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Zed Talks. Zora here. So glad to have you all, and welcome. Thank you for tuning in to episode 6 of season 1. Just some reminders or some dates for you all. Season 1 will be ending with season 10. Zora, what? Season 1 will be ending with episode 10. And I believe that is supposed to air August 18th. Then the podcast is going to go on a 2-week break, and I promise it's only going to be 2 weeks, just so I can really get acclimated with the semester starting back up and figure some things out. But as of right now, everything is still on schedule. This episode is actually going up a week later. However, that won't impact the future schedule. So we'll have an episode this Friday being the 30th, June 30th, and then next Friday we'll have another episode, and that would just put us back on schedule. So just wanted to let y'all know about that. I have been real chill this summer. I haven't really been doing much. Started some jobs, quit some jobs, got some certifications, just finding busy work. But one thing that I really do need to stop doing is taking naps in the middle of the day, because I find myself being up until dark 30, 3 a.m. because my sleep schedule is all types of messed up. So we're going to try and figure that out. It's late. It's getting late. So I'm trying to be asleep by 12:30. But like I said, this episode is talking about me season. In this summer, I really said that I was going to make this summer about me and really lock in with myself. And I've somewhat done that, it can definitely be better, but this time, me season is long overdue for myself. And I've said this before, I'll start really focusing on myself and dating myself and healing myself, but then I'll get off track, or something will cause me to get off track. And I really want this to be the time and place where I really prioritize myself and really, really invest and stay dedicated to this, because this is something that I'd like to continue until the last of my days. I want to be in my me season for the rest of my life. But how I thought about this is that I really had to ask myself what it means to live. And not to quote Adele, but I love her. And she was like, I want to live and not to survive. And I feel like I've been on survival mode for the past couple of years, months. I really want to just live and enjoy being alive and the beauty that life provides. Now I want to work on becoming a better person while doing that. So I had to ask myself, what does this look like? And it caused me to do a bit of reflection, which it always does. You have to really be real with yourself when you're healing. And that's essentially what a me season is. It's a healing season. A healing season, and it's a investment season. But when I ask myself, what does being a better person look like? What does my definition of living look like? I had to go back and unpack some things, as one typically does. And I realized that the past 3 summers, I guess we could say the past 3 years, including school, I've always made other things my priority. And by other things and other people, my priority. So things, it's if it's not school, it was work during the summer. And then aside from things, it was people. If it wasn't, it was never myself. I'm not even going to get into specifics, but it was never myself. I was never like, hey, what do you want to do? What do you like? It was more like, what do they want to do? How would this benefit them? And so on and so forth. So it just made me realize that I have to start prioritizing myself. And that's what this whole me season is about. Making myself the priority, investing in myself, and learning more things about myself. I feel as though, despite being 21, there's very little things that I know about myself, and I'm learning more about myself, which is cool. But I feel as though I should know a little bit more about myself than I do right now. So, making myself the priority really just ties down to getting new life experiences, trying new things, working on honing in on my good habits, and breaking down and getting rid of my bad habits, new skills, as I said, new hobbies, and then really understanding what my boundaries are with people, and what are some things that I'm just absolutely not, and what are some things that I can, be a little bit flexible about. So those are all things that I'm really focusing on, because I feel as though these are solid. Like, once I know or have a pretty good understanding of what these are, then I have a pretty good understanding of who I am, and, you know, really how I want people to treat me and how I will allow people to treat me. So, in focusing on those sections, I've learned two things about myself thus far. And the first one is confidence really is the key to life. Confidence will get you very far. I noticed that once you are aware of who you are, or knowing who you are and standing firm in that, it doesn't give people the opportunity to manipulate and take advantage of you. There's a quote by Michael B. Jordan, and he's like, you have to be a little bit insane to believe in something you can't see. And you have to, like, and that's really where I'm applying to myself. Like, I really have to be insane in knowing that, and believing that I'm a good person, but I'm going to become even a better person, if that makes sense. And I know that I don't know if that makes sense thinking about it now. But I thought it sounded cool. But let me try and find a way to explain this. So when I make decisions, I want to know, like, my future self, I want to have so much faith in my future self that that decision that I made is going to pay off. I hope that makes sense. I never want to be in a position where I'm self-doubting myself, or future me will look back at past me and said, yeah. Like, y'all ever have a situation when you look back on it and it makes you cringe? Like, I don't want to have any more of those. I just want to be able to make level-headed decisions, and in the future, I'm like, okay, that was a bad decision, but not beat myself up over it, or that was a good decision, and I can be proud walking away that I made such a good decision. And that really ties into my gut feelings. Like, I want to be in a position, or I want to get to a position where my gut feelings, I never second guess my gut feelings. It just becomes instinct. Like, if something says, hey, Zora, this situation is presented in front of you, and my gut feeling says no, it's a no off the bat. It's a no, hey, let me think about this. No. I don't know how I don't know why. My gut has told me so many things, and there's been multiple times where I've ignored it, and I don't know how my gut isn't fed up with me, because I'd be fed up. I'm starting to listen to it a little bit more. I'm in my spidey senses. But someone was like, I saw this thing and it was like, those aren't spidey senses, it's anxiety. And I'm in denial with that. I don't know if that's true or not. So I'm going to act like I didn't see it. But yeah, really just being so confident in my gut and knowing that, hey, whatever it's telling me, something ain't right, and I'm going to just go with my gut and not have to explain that to anybody. But understanding you aren't always going to be confident in something in yourself. But if and when that happens, just pretend. And that's something that I'm working on. You really have to pretend. I talked about this in a previous episode, but you can't. There's certain people who you just can't let them see you sweat. People literally hone in on any signs of weakness. You can't let them see you sweat. The moment you let them see you sweat, it's over. It's over. They're gonna take that opening and just pry and keep on prying. Which is unfortunate, because you want people to, kind of have other things to go on with their life. But some people, their main goal in life is really just to make other people miserable, which is a pretty sad way to live, but whatever. So that was the first thing that I'm learning and I'm working on. The second thing is to just do it. This one is something that this is a touchy one, because it's one that, like always, I can improve on, but it's one that really bothers me when I see people who aren't working on improving on it, if that makes sense. Constantly seeking the gratification and approval of others isn't going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you anywhere. I feel as though there's certain things that we want to do as individuals that we are not allowing ourselves to do, simply because we are afraid of how other people are going to take it, or how other people are going to view it and think about it. The moment we start thinking about things like that, it doesn't become about ourselves anymore, and you're making it about other people. And that's giving time and energy to something and someone that does not deserve it. If you want to do something within reason, go ahead and do it. If you don't have the support, or you don't have the rally, like the people rallying around your reasoning, do it anyway. I feel as though we're in an era where we're always constantly looking for acceptance. And the truth is, no one has to accept what you're doing. Do it anyway. You're not doing it for other people. You're doing it for yourself. And yes, they're going to, it'd be nice to have support, but we have to start understanding that certain journeys are meant to be taken alone. They're meant to be start alone. Not everyone is going to be with you for different paths, because not everyone is allowed to see those paths that you're going to take. It shouldn't be a matter of, hey, I'm going to do this because that's what's cool right now. And, that's probably like very hypocritical of me saying this because of my podcast. But truth be told, I so wish I did this earlier. Like, guys, when I tell you all, the idea of a podcast has been sitting in my brain since junior, going into senior year of high school. But, like I said, I waited until it was somewhat popping. And, I regret it. So this is just your reminder, like if there's an idea that you've been keeping locked in the back of your head, even if it is popular, do it. Even if it is, something that's trendy right now, do it. Just do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. Trying to make other people happy is going to leave you unhappy. And no one deserves to be unhappy, regardless of, no one deserves to be unhappy. Everyone deserves happiness. So that just means no more waiting for anything. No more waiting for people. No more waiting for things. Like, I'm just going to use this for an example. If you want to start a podcast, some people might think you need all this equipment to do it. For real, you don't. I'm so serious. You can really get this popping with just your phone. Like, one of these days, I'm going to post. Actually, I'm taking a picture of it right now. I'm going to post my little setup right now. And I'm going to just include how much everything cost me. Because I promise y'all, this was so... I was beating myself up over this. I was like, I need this equipment. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I really didn't. This microphone was $10 off Amazon. That's the only thing that I've purchased towards the podcast. This microphone. And this microphone wasn't even intended for the podcast. It was for my YouTube channel like 6 years ago. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Point being, do what you want to do. One of the things, like I said, I wanted it to be my podcast. I wish I started it earlier. But something else that I'm waiting on my card to get here. But as soon as I get my little Amtrak card, me and the East Coast I'm exploring all the East Coast. Like, I really want to embrace, like, being my little girl, my out girl era, and just do outdoor activities. This is just a me thing. But at some point in life, I want to live in a van and just travel in my van and explore. I told my mom that and she looked at me funny, but I don't care. Like, go see vans, go to parks, waterfalls, hikes. Like, that just seems so cool. But I think the beauty about being in nature and being outside is that it reminds you of what is and what isn't important. And anytime I am out camping or something, I'm constantly reminded of how unimportant social media is. Constantly. Every single time. So when I go camping, I'll just unplug from everything and really just be in the moment and embracing the little things that are going on around me. And you see so many little different things when you aren't distracted by what other people are doing through a phone. But I just think we get so caught up in trying to live other people's life that everyone ends up living the same life, and life just lacks originality. Like, I feel as though every time I go on Instagram, I'm seeing people do the same thing. It's just being outside. It really does provide you with an incomparable peace. And I really wish everybody could experience that type of peace. And there's so many different... I don't know. I've seen people, or I've gone outside with some people, and it's like their inner kid popped out. All of us, our inner child just popped out. And we were just like really in the moment. And it was really a beautiful thing. So that's just one of my things about how I'm going to just do it this summer. I'm just waiting on my card to get here because I want to do things for free instead of, money. But as soon as that card gets here, I'm locked in. And you should be locked in with what you want to do too. You should be locked in what you want to do too. Don't let anybody else or anyone else needs or wants come before yours. You're number one. You should always be number one. So I hope you enjoy your me season. I'm going to enjoy my me season. And I hope this is not a short-term me season. I hope it's a long-term me season because you deserve it. You deserve to give yourself the life that you want and not wait for other people to provide that life for you. Like I said, my main goal is I want to master inner peace. I don't know if y'all seen Kung Fu Panda, but me now, I'm Master Shifu. And in the movie we saw in the beginning of the movie, he was like really struggling with his inner peace, like his meditating interrupt his ears. His ear was twitching. And by the end of this summer, hopefully, if not by the end of this year, I want to be Master Oogway, and he was complete peace. Like there was nothing that was bothering his inner peace. Want to be able to really find peace and solitude because something I do is I love hard, a little too hard. But I really want to work on giving myself the love that I give others times 10. And I know once I do that, I'll be open to letting people back in my life and allowing to love people and allowing others to love me and allowing myself to be loved by others. But until then, in the most selfless way possible. No, not even selfish. I'm being selfish. It's about me right now. So that's it. I'm going to wrap this up right here and there because I've recorded this episode like 6 times and I'm just going to let this one be because I actually like this one. So I hope you all are doing well. Like I said, I hope life is treating y'all well and I will see you all in the next episode.